Are you hungry? Ho ho! So am I! It's been months since we've had an Android smartwatch in here to review. And I'm telling you, not only today do we have a brand new full Android 7.1.1 smartwatch from LEMFO, but I'm going to tell you this is the first one off the production line, and it's the LEMFO LEM10. This is awesome. Doesn't even look like that. Wait till you see this thing. What is it? Well, I can show you this. On the Banggood listing, which is just now coming out in pre-order, it looks like a rectangular Apple-like looking watch full of memory. Look at that, 3 gigabytes of RAM, 32 gigabytes of storage. It's 700 milliamp hour battery in the whole thing. Just totally amazing. So check the show notes for a buying link to Banggood to get in early on this pre-order opportunity. Of course, we'll have coupons, but I got a feeling the price is going to be lower than I could even hope to get you, as it usually is on an introductory product. LEMFO also has it in their original official store, but it's not populated yet. It will be soon. This is on AliExpress. Of course, I'll have the link for that for you as well. So what's it got in it? Well, it is a full-on Android watch. It's using a 360 by 320 screen, 1.88 inches in size. You'll see it here in a minute. Claiming a 780 milliamp hour big battery. That should give us some decent life on here. Android 7.1 touchscreen. It's got a 2 megapixel front-facing camera. That's a bit of a letdown, but at the same time, a lower pixel camera for just a front-facing image is going to help make sure you get quality video chats. You're not sending huge amounts of pixels to pick up every blemish on your face, but you're getting what you need. So in a way, I'm kind of happy when it's a low-resolution front-facing camera. It's not a dual camera watch, so you don't have another one on the side anywhere. But we do have a camera, and you can do video conferencing with it, I'm sure. These are all of the different languages. Folks ask me to show the languages on the watch. Well, I'll show them to you here. I'm not sure I can get to them in the watch, but we'll see. And of course, it ties to the Watch 2 tethering app. We've done many reviews of that, including a separate one just about it. So I won't go into the whole tethering thing with you on this one, but check the show notes for links over there to check out the tethering app. Again, big, bold red. RAM, 3 gigabytes, ROM, 32 gigabytes. You should be able to run Google Assistant on this. You should be able to do offline speech-to-text recognition on this. And it's a 4G watch running all these different bands. And as we've seen the improvements in 4G technology across all these smartwatches, it's getting there. It's really getting there. So that's a really nice feature as well. Okay. Here's the display information, heart rate sensor, battery capacity, 700 they're claiming there, 780 there. Hopefully it'll all settle down when they get the darn thing in stock and can actually check it out, and the different things that are supported. You ready to dive into the box? I am too. Let's see. LEMFO. Okay, it's your classic white box, but now they've got a sleeve. This is something new. LEM10. Wow. Wow, are you ready? Whoa, there it is. Uh-oh. Complete with this little thing. Hello, LEMFO. What are you tossing in this box for me? I know they're watching this. Who did that, huh? I don't even know what it is. Cute. I'll save that one for posterity. Here's the watch. That's kind of a big sucker. It's a little bigger than I thought it was going to be. Kind of dusty. Again, I think this one's been through the rounds and they've played with it and put the screen cover back on and whatnot, because literally this is a production prototype, if you understand what that means. It's like one of the first, if not the first, off the production line of samples. Usually there's about 10 of them. Wow, that's a totally different band. Anyway, they send these things out. They're supposed to be the finished product. In case there's any issues, they can rectify them before they go into the full production. but it's basically good to go with the box and the charger and everything else you'd normally see. So I'm going to try to put this thing on. That's really stretchy. Have you ever seen a band like this? What do they call that? Milanese? Sorry if I'm butchering the word. Something like that. Milanese, mayonnaise. It's got little Velcro connections though. Wow. Wow. Whoa. I think I'm going to have fun with this. There's a SIM card slot that you put stuff in. There's a little slot there. I'm guessing a speaker. Supposedly IP67 waterproof. A button here. A twirly knob there. It actually does twirl. And it pushes. And so does that. But we're not going to turn it on yet. Inside the box. Whoa. Is a... I was going to say something off color, but I remember this is a family channel, so I will call it a specialized screwdriver. How's that? With a very unique tip on it. I presume that's what you're going to use to get into the SIM card. Why it's that big? It's probably because that's all they had in the prototype to throw in the box. Let me know when you guys get your LEM10 if you get something as big as this, or if you get something like as big as this, which is really more appropriate. Here's the charging dock, and it's got a guide pin. I saw that in the pictures. You see that right in the middle there. I know, I've already got it on. I'll play with it, showing it to you later. Magnetic coupling, 4 pins, should be your standard USB charger. And they do have a little manual already produced for it. In black and white. Your manual may be a little bit more sophisticated when you get it, but this is a get you started kind of a manual talking about charging. And the buttons, and your first boot, and sliding operations, main menu functions. It's a basic, I'm pretty sure, basic standard Android 7.1.1 type watch. However, if you notice from the picture we showed you on the Banggood listing of the screen image, which showed some of the apps, the app layout, the app drawer, is definitely different than we find on a round Android watch. So we're into some new territory here with this rectangular square LEM10. And we're way up there in terms of high level of Android, high level of memory, high level of RAM, all of that. So, yes, folks, we're going to charge it up and turn it on. Oh, this is fun. I'll see you in just a second. Bing! That was quick. I just pulled it from the charger. Now you can see that it's a really strong charging wire connection to the base of it. And it's your standard 4-pin with the little slot right there. While we're at it, let's take a look at the body. It appears to be plastic, honestly, all the way around. Might be metal here. The screen, I'm pretty sure, is glass. You've got a buckle here that it connects. And look, it is removable. You can take these bands off and put different ones on if you want to. Like we said, we got 2 buttons, a microphone here, I think speaker there, SIM card. What else is there? We've already peeled off the cover from it. You can see the camera a little bit right there, and the overall screen with the bezel below and above. And I think we're ready to try turning it on. I have no idea. Let's try the bottom button, see if that does it. It does. Okay, it's a little warm because it's been charging. It's booting up with the LEMFO logo. And again, it's got this really interesting Velcro kind of a strap to it. From looking at it, you can get it in either a dark color like this or a silver color body. And then there's a variety of different bands that include, I think, a traditional kind of a sports band, as well as this kind of a stretchy leather, not leather, but vinyl? No, not vinyl. What do you call that stuff? Well, stretchy band, okay. Come on, I'm talking to try to cover you. Thank you. Things take so long sometimes. But you know what? First boot is always the longest. They should make a song like that. First boot is always the longest. Because it's got to load stuff, you know. Oftentimes it ships with its install automatic of whatever's there. And then it has to unpack some stuff. I'm guessing. It sounds logical. And when it does, it goes through all this setup process. And so while it's doing all that, you just get the LEMFO logo. So you know what? I'll be back when it's finished and we can actually look at it. There, don't have to waste any more of your time. So, you want to see languages? You got it. Let's see, let's go back up to the top of the list. Here they all are. Are you in focus? I hope so. A, B, C, D, English. You saw a variety of them there. Wow, even Singapore English now? That's interesting. South Africa, UK, United States, Spanish, French. It's got a lot of languages. A lot more than is shown on that sheet. Oh, I know my international viewers are going to be jumping for joy until they look and see that their language is not there. We have at least a few folks saying, is Hebrew supported? Is that Hebrew there? I'm sorry, I don't know my squiggles to recognize what all these languages are. Russian, there's some folks that want Russian. Got to make sure I touch the English button before I hit confirm. And US is here. Okay, so there's all the different languages. Confirm. It gets us into the weight stuff, typical to what we've seen before. Just confirm that. And then it gives you the QR code thing that you need to scan for pairing with the Y-Watch 2 app. Again, we're skipping that section because we have a whole video on that, and you can review that video. It does that, and then it comes over here. That first QR code was to download the app, but we have a link in the show notes you can do that with. This one is what you'll actually pair with once you actually run that app, and when you're paired with it, then it'll be connected. In the meantime, if you skip through all of that, which we just did, you get dropped right into the first watch face, which is this one. Then, if you press and hold, most likely you'll see the other ones, and it's got some colorful ones. Wow! Ho, ho, ho. I'm going to get this watch just for that alone. Did you see that? Wow! Okay. It doesn't take a lot to excite Mr. Tix. You guys know that already. We got a cityscape with some date and time stuff on it. Oop, I slid down already. I know, I'm drawing it out. The excitement. It's been so long. We're going to go through the watch faces first. These are specialized LEMFO ones. That was the opening one. Whoa, there's a tiger for you. Huh. Nice, huh? You can see it pretty well on the sides, too. And there's a globe, and then, that looks like something interesting. Again, all of these are some sort of an image with the date and time floating on top of them. That opening looked like it was a wallpaper, an animated wallpaper. So I presume the capability is here that you can do that kind of stuff. Now we're starting to see that one that they use in the press that makes it look like an Apple Watch with complications around the edges and such. But it is static. Those don't actually go anywhere or do anything. We aren't at that level with Android watches yet where these things are touchable to take you into other activities. They're just viewable. And then here's the one where you can create your own picture. And then this is the one where when you're on Wi-Fi, you can press the button and get into the server and download whatever watch faces you want. After you do that, remember, you want to hit that button. That recalibrates everything, and then you can come back into whatever watch face you would like. That is super bright, too. So let's get in here and see what we can do to fix that. Bluetooth connection is there, and if you have a SIM card, you'll see it there. I'm at only 20%. Don't tell anybody, but I didn't charge it up. I just faked it. I wanted to get this thing going. I'm so excited, but I promise I'll charge it up for you. Whoa, this is a different layout. So we have the typical stuff. Let's see, that's the do not disturb quiet mode. That's airplane mode, cellular data, location services, Bluetooth, and Wi-Fi. Going to turn that on because I'll definitely want to put it on Wi-Fi here in a minute. And then this should be, the twist your wrist to see the time. There's no overall brightness on this one, though. That one's missing. Come over here, you got that regular clean up the screen thing, the music player, and the weather, which will update automatically once you are on Wi-Fi in particular to get it to sync. So that looks really familiar, with just the exception of this being different in appearance and missing the brightness level for control there. When you go to the left, you get notifications. Go to the right. Oh, really? Oh, shucks, it doesn't do that. But can you... Whoa, okay. I'm not looking. Are you looking? Apple, don't look here. Okay, we've got... that's what I want to do, is go into System real quick and show you the sound is probably basic sound. This is where we can adjust our volume levels. And you hear all that? So it's got a decent speaker on it. And your watch ringtones, all those things are the same. Here's our display. Brightness level, this is where we have overall control. There's your lowest brightness. There's maximum. I'm going to lower it for the sake of the video so we don't just wash everything out. And then notification bright would brighten up the screen when you get notifications. You have 15 seconds up to 30 minutes of time before the display will dim out. And that's typical of what we've seen. Here's our connections: Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, airplane, GPS, when you got your SIM card in it. Your gestures, screen raising, and pedometer services are on. All this looks familiar. Power saving, languages and input. Here's where you can change them on the fly if you accidentally got the wrong language. You can put in keyboards, text-to-speech output. All that's the same. Date and time you can adjust. Reset, uninstall apps, more. This is where you get into your accounts, Google Play services, all the third-party app stuff. App freeze, that looks different. System work mode, that looks different. Here's our storage. We're looking at 5.4 gigabytes used of 16 gigabytes. Huh, I thought this was a 32 gigabyte. Maybe they sent out the early one as a 1 gigabyte, 16 gigabyte. And the RAM is, yeah, okay, darn, but that's all right. They're going to have two versions: 1 gigabyte, 16 gigabyte, and then 3 gigabyte and 32 gigabyte. And this is the lower memory storage version that we're demoing on here for right now. And that's good. You can check yours in storage and RAM right there. App settings, data server, and so forth. App freeze. Freezing some apps to save power. The frozen app will be hidden and will not run in the background. Apps can be... Okay, and you can't scroll it, and it shows you some of the apps that are running in the background, I guess. That's something new. All right, and then about the watch. That's where I was going with all of this, to show you, well, first of all, that it is the LEMFO LEM10, Android 7.1.1. The kernel is August the 3rd, 2019, and that matches here, 0803, for the build number. So you're all set with what level of firmware is in here. When you're on the internet, you can hit wireless update, and it'll check for updates. And there may be a few coming because this puppy is so brand new. All right, you with me so far? But what I want to do is change the app list style, because there's no way I'm going to be able to make sure I went through all of the apps chasing that bubble around. Now they'll be in this chiclets in a square kind of thing, and we have 1, 2, 3 pages of stock apps in here. So let's run through them. Are you with me? Are you ready? Is it too bright still on the screen? I've been dimmed that way down. Get it up here closer. Contacts, phone, and messaging will all be related to the SIM card. Don't know about Bluetooth tethering, but these would not be part of it if they are there. We just went through settings. There's your music player, downloads, your calendar, which is probably just a basic calendar. Yeah, it just highlights the day of the week, but you're not going into it. Then you have a basic browser. There's your camera. Oh, did I comb my hair? Hi there, everybody. So this is the front-facing camera, and since we're here already, I'm going to shoot a picture. Hi. Oh, I hope that... Oh, no, that was ugly as sin. Hee. Oh, God. I hate doing this. Ugh. Okay, there's Mr. Tix pretending to smile. It does look a little fuzzy that I didn't. Oh, look at that. I got editing. I'm going to come back to the camera. How do I do that? Over here. I'm going to try to hold it real still now. Okay, one. Wow, my hair doesn't look like it's in focus, does it? There we go. 1, 2, 3. All right. I want to at least try to get a still one for you. Not super bright. It seemed to dim down a little bit. It looks a little out of focus. Maybe there's water on the camera. So let's try a video, see what that does. There, now I'm shooting a little video section just so we can test it out and see what it sounds like and looks like. I do have pause capability, and of course I can just stop it by tapping here. Saving. It's landscape, or is that portrait? There, now I'm shooting a little video section just so we can test it out and see what it sounds like and looks like. I do have pause capability, and of course I can just stop it by... So that's an idea, I guess, of what it's going to be like when you video chat. And if I come in here and get details, I can show you that it's a basic HD, right? 720 by 1280, which is about a 2 megapixel camera. So they're honest about what they're shooting, and it's not highest resolution for sure. And do I still have a picture? Anyway, I just took one just for the sake of getting the details on here. But look, you can edit it, rotate it, crop it. You got lots of capabilities. And its size is 1920 by 2560. And that's probably 2 megapixels. It's up interpolated to 5 megapixels. But it's not sharp overall from what I'm seeing. So, and the colors are kind of muted as well. And it's all washed out on the camera. So we got a lot of issues going on with the camera. Yeah, look at my hair. Can you see how it's fuzzing out right there? There, it's more on my eyes, my mouth. Yeah, not sure. It's like the camera's a little off center. So LEMFO, check your stuff before you put this out on market. Make sure the camera's in there aligned properly. All right, that was the first page. Then we get into gallery where your pictures would be. Clock is going to be your alarm clock settings that you can create for it. And then we got a sound recorder. We've already recorded video, but we'll do a recording of audio just so you guys can hear what it sounds like coming out of the watch. Hit done, hit save, recording list, and play. We'll do a recording of audio just so you guys can hear what it sounds like coming out of the watch. It's pretty decent. I'm not sure how loud it is for you because I tend to shout and I'm right next to the camera. But it's decent. I can hear it pretty darn good. And I would say if that's the way phone calls work, then it's going to be fine for phone calls too. File manager, here's your overall heart rate monitor. It has the diode flashing. I'm going to put it on my finger. We'll test that out. And right now, I got to admit, it's really hot in here and I'm starting to sweat again. You can see it beating up on my hands, dripping on the floor, running a river down into the valley. Well, not quite that bad, but it's a challenge to do this in this heat. The heart rate's coming in. It started a little low. Now it's gone up. Now it's coming back down. So it seems to be okay. I should be probably in the 70s right now. It hasn't like vibrated and stopped, so it's continuous. That's long enough. I don't know if it will actually vibrate and give you a final number. It gives us the first number it gets, and then it looks like it goes into continuous heart rate from there. And I have the timeout set for 30 minutes. So if that's true, you could just wear this thing when you're working out and have a real-time heart rate monitor going right on your arm. Here's the overall fitness section. Now is where we get serious. Remember, guys, if you've watched the channel, we want to know whether we have GPS integration or not with our different fitness stuff. And we have the typical fitness activities listed in here. And this is the color screen version of it. Yeah, all the way down to rope skipping. So they're all identical. And the way we do that, we go in, like say outdoor run, and we say, well, first, we'll just do it, because you could also go down here and set targets for duration, distance, calories, or nothing. And distance in kilometers, they're saying, could either be from pedometer, if it's not tied to GPS, or actual GPS tracking. The only way you know is to say go, and if it jumps right in and starts, which this one does, and the distance icon is not flashing, then that means this is not integrated with GPS, and so your pedometer is going to be used for distance, and so your overall fitness is not going to be that accurate. It also means you won't have the track, recorded that you could look at later, or any of that stuff. So sadly, to report, the LEM10 doesn't have the new advanced fitness app. Another thing you can see is it has a finish button. The advanced version that integrates with GPS, it says long push here or something, long hold, and you have to hold it for a long time. Here, you just press and finish, and you could save it or delete it. So we have the older version of fitness in here that's not integrated with GPS. Weather is there. This is a voice search, sort of like the OK trigger for activating your Google thing. And there, of course, is the Google Play Store. Google Maps, and you can get your GPS tracks on that. It's just you're not getting it from the fitness. There's the Assistant, which is the things that will work when you're tethered to the Y-Watch 2 app. This is where you go to do all of those kind of things. You have the Google Translate. Again, you need to be online for that. And then you have the App Store, which is different than the Google Play Store, right? This is the App Store from China that has most of the social media apps in here. And again, you got to be on the network to download Twitter, Facebook, WhatsApp, maybe a couple of others. And those are all of the stock apps that come with it. And then the last thing, since we're here from the watch face, we got notifications on this side, watch face, all of your apps, and nothing more. On some of the Android 7.1.1s, you have another fitness section. So to do fitness, you have to actually go to the fitness app. And if this works right, you go up and you're in the pedometer section. This is your weekly summary and a bar chart of your step count. Here's today's steps, distance traveled, and calories burned. And those 4 pages are always at the very bottom when you scroll up. We've got that, and we've got all of these things. So it really is a standard Android 7.1.1 implementation without brightness. You have to do brightness a different way. By the way, for those of you who know, we have that special app called Display Brightness that you can put on the screen, and even if you're on your watch face, you can slide up and down or wherever you want to put it and adjust the brightness. It's no longer in the Google Play Store, but you can get that one and a few of the other fun things that are been discontinued but work well on a watch by going to, you ready? tinyurl, tinyurl.com/Android watches, all one word, Android watches. You'll see copies of those apps and download Display Brightness for sure. Since you don't have brightness control, it appears in here. That's your silent mode. That's your raise your wrist to see the time. But it's usually a round dot, looks like a sun, that you would have to change the brightness. Interesting. Okay, we've run through this thing now. It is about out. It's available from Banggood. In the show notes, we've got the link to take you into this page. Hopefully, it'll be a pre-order pricing, flash sales, eventually a coupon sale, but the price is going to probably hover around this level because usually that's the introductory price. It may go down though, so keep an eye on it. And of course, it's available from the AliExpress LEMFO store, and we'll have a link to that one as well. You have been watching Smartwatch Ticks. We are a YouTube channel on the web at smartwatchticks.com, and you're looking at the first ever LEMFO LEM10. We appreciate your subscription and your participation because that's what helps us get these goodies here for you to see first. All right, thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon.